Good evening. This is Mike Zero Uniform Kilo Bravo for the Wednesday Night Net on the Extended Freedom Network and all those other places that we are connected as well. Thank you to everybody for connecting, and I hope you do stay with us to enjoy the net tonight. But first of all, before we start, we shall ask, is there any emergency or priority traffic that needs to use the network? If so, please come now. Okay, after a nice long pause, nothing heard. So this is M0UKB, name is Bruce, and for the duration of the net, we shall be using the club call sign of MX0WNN. That's Mike X-Ray 0 Whiskey November November. So thank you everybody for coming along and taking part, connecting up those nodes, hotspots, gateways, repeaters, networks, etc. We do thank everybody for it, and also to those that are going to hopefully press the magic PTT button or keyboard or whatever it is that you're using and take part. So this is your weekly trip to the quote on-air radio club, where we like to talk about radio-related stuff and generally have a good natter. So yep, that's what's going to be going on tonight, folks. I hope if there is anybody new out there, do not feel shy. Everybody is welcome. The only rule is that those deemed to be not having fun will be ejected. So I hope we're all going to have some fun. Right, we are using NetLogger. You can follow on at home. You can use the almost instant messaging window, also known easier as the blue screen. You can even check in on there if you can't quite break in or whatever. But we do like to ask people, please leave good gaps between overs. Ideally, a good 3 to 5 seconds to allow everything to reset, sort its life out, or whatever you like to call it. And also, please keep the overs under 3 minutes. By all means, have a pause and come back for round 2, but keep them under 3 minutes. Avoid the dreaded timeout and all that shenanigans that goes on with it. And the final useful, helpful bit is when you key up, just wait 1 second from keying up to actually talking. It just allows everything to reset, sort itself out, and iron out any of the kinks, and then we hear everything that you've got to say. With that, I shall take a pause. Okay, this is MX0WNN continuing. So yeah, we don't have a specific topic tonight as such, but following on from last week, anything you've got radio related, it might be a review, it might be a question, it could be anything that you want to discuss. You are welcome, most welcome, to talk about it. You never know. I know last time we had people on that were into SVX Link and were telling us all about it and one thing or another. So that was 2 times ago. Last time we had some stuff from Gordon, some very interesting stuff about talk groups and about resilience, let's call it, and things like that for natural disasters in inverted commas, let's call it. So anything like that, you're more than welcome to take part. Don't feel shy. If you're new, just introduce yourself, and I hope you're having fun. Okay, so we are using NetLogger, as I said. So if you can come slowly, phonetically, and twice with your name, call sign, and location, that would be absolutely ideal. We will get you in the log, and then we shall run down. For those that are new, don't worry, folks. We tend to take a list of check-ins, then we work down. Each person gets 2 or 3 overs, and then we work down. So if you are sort of time restricted, just let us know, and we can try and reshuffle the order if needs must. But if you have a big list, there might be a slight wait, but that gives you plenty of time to have a brew and kick back and enjoy yourself. Okay, so without further ado, let's get some check-ins. This is MX0WNN. Looking for some check-ins, please. Please come now.
Golf 7, Oscar Charlie Kilo, Golf 7, Oscar Charlie Kilo. Brian in the land of the Prince Bishops.
Mike 7, Bravo Yankee Delta. Mike 7, Bravo Yankee Delta. That's Keith, also in the land of the Prince Bishops.
Okay, MX0WNN returning. Right, recognize 2 stations there. So far, in reverse order, we have M7BYD, that's our Keith, in the land of the Prince Bishops. Also in the land of the Prince Bishops, we have Brian, that's G7OCK. Is there anybody else out there that would like to check in for the first round? If so, please come now.
Mike 7, Bravo, Quebec, Charlie.
Okay, net recognises M7BQC. That's Peter. Good evening, Peter. I hope you're doing well. Right, okay, let's go to the top of the list first. Brian, good evening. I hope you're doing well. Trust everything is good. And yeah, what have we got to talk about? What's new in the land of Brian? Is there any new projects or toys, gizmos, gadgets, questions, queries, or a topic in general that you wish to suggest for others? I don't know. It's over to you, Brian, from MX0WN.
Yeah, roger on that, Bruce. No problem at all. I've had to come in through the carriage tonight. I'm getting no audio through CD. It wasn't switched through into the system, and now it is again, so I'm not sure what's happening. It may need a little bit of a slight kick. Projects and bits and pieces I'm on with. Hotspot. Trying to get more than one network working. Still working on that little problem. Still getting spokes in the finger. And I think I'm up to about 3 bags of sticks when I keep pulling them out. From Golf 7, Oscar Charlie Kilo.
G7OCK from MX0WNN. Right, what you are talking about there, Brian, is what is known as DMR Gateway. DMR Gateway is what you are talking about there. It's a very, very useful tool. Now, there are a couple of ways to do it. You can connect your hotspot or your repeater or your simplex gateway to multiple DMR networks. There is a theoretical maximum of 5 out there that you can do, but it works very well. And yeah, I have to admit, I'm a big fan of it. No dramas from where I'm coming from. It all just works, if that makes sense. But you need to do things with talk group rewrites. And there are a couple of ways to do it right. You can either prefix your talk groups with, for example, if you want to use DMR Master 1, you can just have the talk group. And DMR Master 2, you could prefix it with, say, a 2. And then you have to make all your talk groups the same length. The other way to do it is if you only use talk groups on, let's say you only use talk group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on Master 1, you can set it so if you simply key up on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will know, and it will route it straight into Master 1, which might be, I don't know, let's say TGIF, for example. And if you use talk group 5, 6, 7, 8, you know that that goes into Master 2. And when you tee up on 5, 6, 7, 8, it sticks it straight through into, say, I don't know, Extended Freedoms DMR network. And it would go that way. It requires a little bit more coding, doing it that way. It's not hard. a little bit more organisation, but it makes it easier to use because you don't need to worry about putting different numbers on the beginning. You can just use the talk group number. Brian, hope that whets the appetite, and back to you, G70CK from MX0WNN.
Yeah, Roger on that, Bruce. I'll crack it one of these days. I'll keep playing with it. And something will click eventually. Either it'll click or the window will smash, one or the other. The hotspot will go flying before much longer. I'm having great difficulty at the moment trying to get it to actually talk to TGIF network. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. So it's got us a bit flummoxed as to why that's happening. But I'm sure there's going to be a simple cue somewhere along the line. It'll be a full stop instead of a comma, or a comma instead of a full stop, or an idiot on the keyboard, one or the other. And I think it may be the idiot on the keyboard that's causing the problem. From Golf 7, Oscar Charlie Kilo.
G70CK from MX0WNN. Yeah, well, the problem is, Brian, with all these things, if you get the wrong digit somewhere, it can cause complete and utter chaos. I have to admit, I have done that myself. I have thought, I'm sure I've done this right. I've followed the book, I've followed the manual or the YouTube video, or whatever, and then all of a sudden it's gone a bit hairy, and usually it's because, like you say, I've done something wonky with it. But it's a good learning experience. I found a YouTube video when I first did it, and I have to admit, I did it with the prepending or prefixing with a digit, and you've got to make all the talk groups the same length. Now I've done it whereby I've actually worked out that I don't use certain talk groups on certain networks because the movies don't exist, for example, but I do use on other networks. So that way I can do it. But happy to share it with you, Brian. Maybe we could have a call at some point and send you some info. Right, put it back to you for any final thoughts before we move on to our Keith. G70CK from MX0WNN.
Yeah, Roger Bruce, I'll keep playing. Keep watching the YouTube videos, as you say, and hopefully I'll get an idea somewhere along the line where I put the wrong bit of information in somewhere. It's something simple, definitely, but it's a simple person that's trying to do it, so that's half the problem, I think. Shall we say the simplicity's gone out the window. Right, I'll let you get on with the net, and I shall listen intently. I do believe the man that's on holiday was trying to get in, but I'm not sure whether he's managed to succeed yet or not. From Golf 7, Oscar Charlie Kilo.
Whiskey 4 Hotel Zero.
Okay, folks, MX0WNN return. Right, I've got net recognizes two stations. I've got 2E1 GFL short time. That's Dennis. We'll go to Dennis next. And I've also got GW4 EHZ Stuart in North Wales. Got you there, Stuart. No problem. Coming in nice and clear. Right. Okay. I'll tell you what. Stuart is new, so I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just look at the list here. We'll go to Dennis first because I know he's short time, and then we'll go to Stuart, and then we'll march on down the list. So, folks, please bear with me. I have to get new people in. Right, 2E1 GFL alternate. Hope you're doing well. Over to you, Dennis.
At 2E1 GFL alternate. Quintero, Mexico. Yep, got Brian's fat fiend syndrome. Tried getting in on Echo Link. Didn't want to play. Evidently, the connection doesn't want to play from this end. Tried the SIP. That didn't want to play either. So I've resorted to Peanut. And I thought, right, I'll shot a message into the next page. I wasn't sure whether I'd made it on the SIP, but obviously I don't think I had. Well, it's nice over here. I popped back to the room because it's busy round the pool. Mary's still round there on the lounger, soaking up the rays. So back on to you, Bruce, net control from W1GFO FL/A.
2E1 GFL, stroke A, by the pool. Ah, well, Dennis, glad you're having fun and you sound like you are. Yeah, no problem at all, got you there. And as I say, yeah, if people are short time or whatever, then they're always welcome to try and to use any means they can to make us aware of it. That's not a problem at all. So, Dennis, is there anything you wish to share with us? Any particular bits and bobs, radio related or whatever, or is it just the fact that you're enjoying it out by the pool? Over to you, Dennis.
Yeah, I have got it in one. I am enjoying it. It's another hot day today. We've had no thunderstorms this week. We had a few last week, but hot rain. And as I say, I'm going to have to check the settings on my phone. Up to now, I've made it in every net without a problem, but I don't know whether it's the settings on my phone or the connections from the hotel internet. But I shall endeavour to sort that out before Sunday, when our good friend comes on with this net. Thanks for letting us in, and all the best regards to everyone on the net tonight. It's afternoon this time. So back round to net control, and I shall let you get down the list. Thanks again, Bruce, from 2E1 GFL stroke here.
MX0WNN returning. Oh, Dennis, not a problem at all. Always like to get everybody in if we can, as I say. If you are new, if you're short time or whatever, then do not worry. We will try our absolute best to get everybody in. So no problem. Well, enjoy the sunshine. Yeah, it's been a bit dreary here today, but it's not been bad, Dennis. You know, it's not been awful. Let's put it that way. But yes, enjoy the sunshine, and I hope it's not too onerous a task to do that. Bring some of it back for us, please do. And yeah, have a good time. Say hello to Mary for us. Right, no problem. We shall let you be. Next, we shall move on to Stuart. That's GW4EHZ. Good evening, Stuart. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the Wednesday Night Net. Nice to hear you on. We had a few Welsh stations on last time, and hopefully the word is getting out there. So, Stuart, I'll let you explain who you are. I know who you are, but I'll let you do that. And go on, have you got any amateur radio-related topics, questions, suggestions, or whatever that you wish to discuss? GW4EHZ from MX0WNN.
Yeah, GW4EHZ returning. Yep, good evening everybody. My name is Stuart, location is North Wales, not far from Prestat in there on the North Wales coast. I'm a repeater keeper for one of the DMR repeaters. Well, I'm actually sort of partly a repeater keeper again for another one at the moment, which is set up. But yeah, all good. Yeah, I know a few of our lads from our club called in last week. I did send a message out on the club page to remind them. Hopefully, you might get some people coming. Awfully cold evening this evening. I've not long got in myself. Had to pop out, and it's extremely cold. But yeah, so well, me a bit of a bit old school really, but yeah, I've been around the amateur radio circuit for numbers of years now. Various equipment, always got my nose in something or other. But no, nice to work you on the air, Bruce. I know we've had quite a few conversations, but not actually via the air, as it were. So it's always good. And all sounding good. Audio, no problems at all. Just from one of the 168 Anytones. I've got to say, I just picked up a radio and it happened to be that. So we're portable is the word. So anyway, I'm waffling a little bit. I haven't got anything in particular to sort of ask or sort of suggest as such. I am sort of fitting in, trying to sort food out, make sure the youngest is gets himself ready for school for tomorrow, make sure he's got everything. So I'll sort of be listening and lurking. But thanks very much for letting me in. Back to you, Bruce, from Golf 54, Echo Hotel Zulu.
GW4, Echo Hotel Zulu. Not a problem at all there, Stuart. Nice to have you on board. It's absolutely fine to lurk as well, don't worry. We get plenty of that going on, and it's quite normal. I appreciate that people do have busy lives. I have 2 kids as well, so I totally get it. But you can't always waffle on for too long, in inverted commas, and sometimes it's just with the handheld or whatever other device you fancy using, sort of posturing around that whilst doing jobs. So totally get it, and it's absolutely fine. Yeah, and you've got to make sure the youngest is ready for school in the morning. Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, go on, give us a plug about the other bits that you do. Go on, we like promoting other networks, so go on, tell everybody a little bit about it as to wonder what this Welsh voice is that you're on about. Over to you there, Stuart, one more time from MX0WNN.
Good stuff, you 48 said returning. Well, apart from obviously a couple of repeaters, DMR repeaters in North Wales, we've got here where myself and Gordon, we've sort of trying to focus on getting everyone talking. I think we've got about 6 or 7 DMR repeaters from the England border right the way across to the far side of Anglesey, as it were, the tip of the North Wales coast, plus lots of gateways and whatnot, sort of in between. And so it's really sort of trying to sort of get everyone using all the repeaters and promoting them all and getting the talk groups and getting new people into to DMR. I know Gordon's doing a sterling job there, getting through those the IDs and stuff, getting them issued and things as they come on. Because there's a lot of newly licensed people up our way. Our club's we're sort of running courses and putting people through their paces. But the page we started. It's just that we've got code plugs on there for the whole of North Wales. We've got people interacting. It's all about asking people, not being afraid of asking questions, because no question is a silly question, I always think, and it's good that people are wanting to learn new things and just get everything in. So it's a long waffle, but there we go, Bruce. Back to you from GW48Z.
MX0WNN returning. Yeah, no problem at all. Long waffles are more than welcome. Particularly, it was very good at explaining what it is that you're doing, and it's a very noble thing that you're doing. It's trying to get people sorted. I've been seeing on the Facebook page with the code plugs and the explanations and one thing and another. So all good from our side here. And if you see Stuart out there or Gordon or anybody else from the North Wales Digital Radio Group, is it? The Digital Radio Network, I think it is. Forgive me if I've got the title wrong. It's middle of the week itis for me from work, so my brain's a bit confuddled. But yeah, no, well done. Keep up the good work. We salute you, and hopefully we can all do lots more together doing stuff and helping each other out. So no problem at all there, not a problem. And thank you for letting us put the plug for the net on the on your Facebook. Do appreciate it, and hopefully you and your folks down there are enjoying the content of it. And feel free to drop in whenever you do. Right, put it back to you for a quick final, and we'll move on down the list from MX0WNN.
Yep, GW4EXF for a final. Yeah, no problems. Thanks for that, Bruce. Thanks for letting me have a little plug there with NWDRN, North Wales Digital Radio Network, as we call it. And it's nice to hear people. And as well, just trying to get people on the networks and using all the talk groups and everything else. So, but there we go. But yeah, no, it's all good. There was something else, but yeah, obviously, hopefully we'll be our radio club, which is the North Wales Amateur Radio Group, NWARG. There's lots of acronyms floating around. We're starting to run a foundation course in the next week or two, and we've got a few signed up for that already. So hopefully we should see some more newly licensed people. I know we've got quite a few come on board the last couple of weeks, but it's great to see hear new voices and on the air and things. Right, okay, Bruce, I will make this my final, but I will be listening and lurking. So many thanks for that, and hopefully I'll remember as well to get back in the net next week as well. GW4EHZ, back to you, Bruce.
No problem at all there, Stuart. You take care, and yeah, everybody is always most welcome. And yeah, lots of acronyms that you've got to remember. I have to admit, so sometimes I have to admit I get confused. So if I do get them wrong for anybody, I apologise in advance. It's midweek brain conference, should we call it. Right, 7-3 there, Stuart, and right, we shall go back to the list where we find Keith. That's M7BYD. Good evening, Keith. I hope you're doing well. And yeah, have you got anything you wish to discuss, questions to ask, etc.? And I hope it's all going well with you. Keith, M7BYD, over to you from MX0WNN.
MX0WNN, this is M7BYD. Pardon me. Yes, all is well with me, without a shadow of a doubt, Bruce. And thank you for inviting me into the net. I forgot to tell you that I'm a new check-in to the Extended Freedom Network Wednesday Night Net, and that I'm also short-time HI. No, but it's always, as you've said yourself, great to hear new check-ins, and especially if there's a possibility of linking in with people who are running other nets, other clubs, online clubs, or indeed network-assisted clubs. It was good to hear Stuart. Obviously, the nature of the networks that we're running, Stuart's audio was about 50% higher than anyone else's, but that's down to codecs at the end of the day and the way things are linked in. Absolutely crystal clear, Stuart. There's no doubt about it at all. That's audio at its best. But great to hear everyone on the net. I'll take a pip. So, in line with the topic that isn't a topic, yeah, it's good that you've opened it out in the way that you have. But you've also got a question in the background as well. For my part, I think my biggest struggle, and one that I hanker after, even after 4 years, that RF has always been, for about 50 years, something that's been of interest to me. But I like all aspects of amateur radio. My own issue is, of course, antenna. I thought I'd got some device, but the problem was it ends up in a shed at quite literally the bottom of a rather long garden. It's the reverse way round, and that is definitely not suitable for the winter because it isn't a living sort of quarters, if you will. So my shack is actually located in one of the bedrooms, and it's the front of the building, and the garden goes towards the back. So for me, it's getting an antenna, which is probably a long wire from where I am, with a nice protrusion, if you will, from the front of the bedroom. It's one of these that has the walk-in, to go around the corner to a long wire that goes along to the garden. But I'm an old guy, and I cannot get up. I've also got a fear of heights, and so I can't get up ladders. So for me, one part of the hobby that I've always wanted to participate in, other than going sort of portable or mobile in my car to get a home-based antenna I can communicate with regularly, is something that's out of my league presently. So yeah, that's sort of an issue rather than a furtherance, if you will, Bruce. Back to you, MX0WNN from M7BYD.
M7BYD from MX0WNN. Right, no problem at all there, Keith. And so you don't want to go up ladders? Right, okay, well, as I say, I wasn't sure about the topic tonight, Keith, I'll be perfectly honest. So I kind of thought I'd freestyle a little bit, if that makes sense, and see what other people have got to talk about, other than the weather, of course, because that's the usual amateur radio operator's topic of choice, is the weather. But no, let's see what else we can play with and what we can find. Like you say, always good to have people on from different avenues, networks, etc. It's it's nice to sort of to share it out a little bit. It just allows people to do different stuff and to hopefully, like you say, broaden the different networks and one thing or another. Right, Keith, going to pass it back to you. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. So pass it back to you, Keith, for a second. On MX0WNN.
MX0WNN, this is M7BYD. Well, what I do consider myself very fortunate to be part of is the Extended Freedom Network. So we can interconnect with so many networks right around the world, and it works so well. We have many connections, and people of like minds will all come together, as indeed Stuart and the organisation he has in Wales, getting foundation licence holders on board with a course that will get a new hands, and that's quite brilliant, and I applaud that wholeheartedly. I try in a little way with the new Hamsnet on a Sunday to do the same sort of thing, but without the offering the course as such. Just by getting people involved who have got experience, who may be able to help those who have yet to push the PGT and become involved with just a little bit of a chat, or indeed anyone who is listening to the nets, as indeed this net, and actually wants to become an amateur radio operator. They will gain a wealth of information, and this is one of the nets to do it. But if you have an open topic, that's what will happen. I'll take a pip. So there are certainly people who come onto this net who will benefit all as well, because you can never stop learning in amateur radio. It's a great thing, and you'll hear topics mentioned. Brian has got G7OCK. Brian's got something he wants to have fathomed out by one way or another, or assistance with. And I find myself in the same boat when I mention the antenna or an antenna for RF that I'm having a struggle with. So yeah, we can all vent our issues, and that's what your on air radio club is all about, Bruce. So, yeah, thank you, and back to your good self. MX0WNN from M7BYD.
M7BYD from MX0WNN. Yeah, no problem at all there, Keith. Like I say, it's nice to help each other out, to try and sort of do stuff and try and promote the hobby. You know, I'm certain there are a lot of people out there that have issues. By that I mean issues with their radios, for example, or technology, and don't know where to start. Don't know what to call it. And also, there's new networks out there. There's repeaters and gateways and things like that, and just trying to get people to be able to understand what it's all about. So I thought, let's try something a little bit different, if that makes sense. I'm hoping as well, Keith, that when this weather improves, I'll be going a bit more portable this year. I want to get back into doing that. I missed it last year, but I have to admit, the diary is filling up. So this is unfortunately work-wise. Right, okay, Keith, I am going to break with you if that's all right, and we're going to go to Peter. That's M7BQC. Peter, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for bearing with us. As I say, we just like to sort of bring in some new check-ins where we can, and new people, and just let them sort of have a little bump up the queue. So I hope you didn't mind waiting there. And wonder if you've got anything you want to bring to the party tonight, and I hope you're doing well. So, M7BQC from MX0WNN. M7BQC from MX0WNN. Peter, are you receiving? Okay, it looks like we're not getting Peter, or Peter is not getting us. So in which case, we shall go and take some more check-ins. I'm just trying to sort some bits and pieces out in the background, and hopefully we will see if Peter comes back in a second. So, right, that does prove at the bottom of the list. Let's see if we can get Peter in a minute, but first of all we shall ask, is there anybody else out there that would like to check in? If so, please come with your name, call sign and location, slowly, phonetically and twice, and we will get you in the log. This is MX0WNN looking for check-ins, please.
Tango Sierra Sierra in South Shields, northeast of England. Simon, Mike, 7 Tango Sierra Sierra.
Two 80 Mike, Quebec, November. 280 Mike, Quebec, November.
Okay, net recognizes in reverse order to Mike 0, Mike Quebec November, got you there, Mike, and also got M7 TSS, that's Simon up there in South Shields. So Simon, good evening, we shall go to you first, and hopefully you're enjoying yourself tonight, having fun, and yeah. My name's Bruce, as you've probably heard, and I run the aptly titled Wednesday Night Net. That's what it's all about. That's what we do, and yeah, hopefully you're enjoying it. It is we title it as the on-air trip to the amateur radio club. Let's put it that way. So hopefully all is good with you, Mike. Not Mike, Simon. We're going to pass it across to you, Mike 7. Tango Sierra Sierra from MX0 WNN.
Tango Sierra Sierra, thanks very much for the kind invite. This is the fourth that I've joined. I think it's the fourth time I actually spoke. I only started this in December, and there's a lot of stuff to learn, but there's a lot of help out there. Just trying to get this at the moment with NetLogger so I can see what's going on. But yeah, I quite a lot of it. Lots of surgery plans, so this is giving me a lot of things to do while I'm laying in bed. Back to you, Bruce. Thank you.
M7 TSS from NX0 WNN. No problem at all there, Simon. Pleased that you can get in, and I say, it's one of the things you can get in from most places. We've had some interesting experiences before of people checking in from all sorts of weird and wacky places. So I suppose it's part of the hobby that you can do this sort of stuff and get in. So pleased that you're in inverted commas plucking up the courage to key up and take part in nets. There's a lot of people who've been licensed a lot longer than you that are mic shy. So well done there, Simon, for getting on board and doing that. Go on, anything in particular that you want to discuss, any questions that you've got, bits that you maybe don't understand or that you've discovered or want to tell other people about. Don't be shy, we're all friends here, so no question is a daft question, as we say. Over to you, M7 TSS from MX0 WNN.
I did a bit of voiceover work in my last job, so I'm kind of used to speaking. One thing I don't quite understand is all I ever do is connect to my local repeater, but somehow I managed to hit all the networks I want to, so I'm not sure that's working, because I don't really have any other way of connecting. It's just my handheld 5-watt and a little antenna on the roof, so yeah, I'll have to do some reading other ways, but that's always puzzled me how it knows where I want to be. Back to you, Bruce.
MX0 WNN returning. Right, okay, so let me explain how this works. So repeaters and gateways, etc., can be internet connected. So you can connect, let's say there's a repeater group, you can connect a couple of repeaters together, add into that a simplex gateway, for example. You can do all that sort of stuff. So it then comes down to the owners or keepers of these assets, let's call them. And then out there are networks. And some networks stay together, as in they only connect to themselves. Other networks like to connect to other networks. It's the original social networking, let's call it, for different nets and events, etc. And I believe the repeater that you're coming through is connected to the Worldwide RagTube Amateur Radio Network, and we have a nice friendly partnership in inverted commas with them, and we connect to some of their stuff, they connect to some of our stuff, and that's how it all works. And it means that nowadays you've got repeaters in distant lands all around the globe that are all connected to each other, either 24/7 or on a scheduled basis or ad hoc. And yeah, that's how it all works. So hopefully that's helping you out a little bit. I'm hoping that kind of makes sense. So back to you, M7 TSS from MX0 WNN.
That doesn't make sense. There's just lots of different ways to connect, and it's difficult to know whether I should be going down some paths or others. I did have my first radio 2 weeks before I dropped it. That was quite an expensive lease, but the shops kindly took it back and looking at repairing it for me. It's just a mic issue, so it might be a straightforward headset if they can't actually repair it at a reasonable cost. But yeah, I'm going to look at all of the different ways, because I think the more you understand, the better chance you've got of getting to speak to new people. So that's it from me. Back to you. Thank you very much for your help.
No problem at all there. It's absolutely fine. Now, just remember, no question is a daft question. We all have to learn and start somewhere and learn. And there's new stuff coming out every day, so trying to keep abreast of it is a tricky job, shall we say. But that's half the fun. You can keep the brain active and learn new stuff, and find there's different ways to get into some stuff. And you find that some is good, or some suits you better than others, shall we say. And different radios do one thing or other. So experiment, have a play. That's what it's there for. Right, no problem at all. We'll say 7-3 to you there, Simon. Enjoy yourself, and hopefully we'll catch you further down the log. And maybe you'll become a regular. I'm hoping you're enjoying it. Anyway, pardon me. We shall proceed up north of the border, where we find Mike. That's 2M0MQN. Good evening, Mike. Hope you're doing well. And I shall pass it across to you from MX0WNN.
MX0WNN from 2M0MQN here. Thanks for taking my check-in this evening, Bruce. It's always good to hear you on the radio. Not a whole lot to report here. We're sort of getting my radio stuff back up. Been a bit of a lull with the holidays and the start of the year, and just not really having the time or the motivation to do stuff. So I switched my hotspots on a couple of days ago, and the usual update required flash acme, and when I started that, it got halfway through, got to the deleting everything part done, and then stopped. And so I had fairly blank Raspberry Pis as a result of that. Fortunately, it's not too difficult to just re-image these things, but it was a bit of not a great start to the year, but all sorted now, and I'm using one of them to get in via 3D magazine, so it also is working fun. And with that, I will pass it back to you. This is 2M0NQN.
MX0MQN from MX0WNN. Well, you're sounding great there, Mike. No problem at all. I know what you mean. Occasionally, when you don't use something for a while and it wants to do the dreaded update or upgrade or whatever you call it, yeah, you sit there with fingers crossed and clenched and hope that it all goes well. And occasionally, they throw the toys out the pram, shall we call themselves. It is a bit of a pain in the butt. So yeah, but no, you're sounding great then, and I believe you said you were coming in through 3DMR. So yeah, no problem at all. Sounds absolutely super duper. So can't grumble whatsoever. Right, put it back to you there, Mike. 2M0MQN from MX0WNN. MX0MQN. Mike, are you still receiving it? Over? Okay, we appear to have lost Mike. Okay, we'll try Peter, and then we'll come back to Mike. So, Mike, if you do start hearing us again, don't worry, we'll come back to you. So, let's try Peter. That's M7BQC. Peter, are you receiving us now? Okay, we're not getting Peter either. I wonder if he's had to step away possibly. Okay, anyway, we'll try. We'll get some more check-ins, then we'll come back to Peter, to Mike in a second. So, this is MX0WNN. Looking for any more check-ins, please. Don't be shy. Please come now.
Mike 0 Alpha Lima Lima. Mike 0 Alpha Lima Lima. Hi, Bruce, it's Alex.
Okay, folks, stand by. We found the resident hooligan of the airwaves. That is the leather-clad biker of Manchester, freewheeling down the M60 on his crotch rocket with his handheld strapped to the handlebars. Mike, not Mike, Alex. You know I'm only taking the mick, and you know I love it because I want to make you laugh. How are you doing, Alex? What's fresh with you? And yeah, we don't really have a topic per se tonight. We're freestyling it, shall we say, and wondering what people have got to bring to the party tonight. So, what have you been up to? Questions, comments, new stuff you've discovered, bits that you never thought that you wanted to play with, and you're thinking, how can I do this? Or I've got confused. Any of those, and also, how the devil are you doing? Over to you, Alex, M0ALL from MX0WNN.
MX0WNN, M0ALL. You're going to give me a bad reputation, Bruce. Number one, I don't wear leathers. I've got highly expensive bell staff. And I was going to say I don't speed, but that'll be a lie. I was out for the slightest hint of sunshine, and that's it. Okay, leg over on the bike, and I'm off. And yesterday, 2.5 hours riding, country lanes, through towns, 20 odd miles on a motorway, absolutely blasting it along. In fact, when you get up to really high speeds, the vibration is such that you get double vision. And when I came off the motorway, I could smell the burning rubber. I could smell the tires. I just take a pip because I've been thinking whilst I've been listening to the others, so I'll just take a pip and then I'll come back. M0ALL returning. You, Bruce, and also Keith, I mean, you profess to hold nets to encourage new amateurs. And I've just been thinking about that. And I mean, we've got a classic example. There's an M7, which you left right at the bottom of the list. And I just thought, why not give M7s priority over the old fogies, the old Gs and M0s, and then possibly the new M7s who you're leaving hanging on. They might have become mic shy, or they don't know how it works. Give them priority. If a brand new M7 comes on, okay, that's it. Whack into the top of the list immediately. I mean, like for the short time and mobile. It was just a thought, that was all. And then something else I was thinking about. Why not offer a weekly prize? I haven't really thought this one through yet. But offer a weekly prize on all new Foundation people who come on any of the extended freedom nets. I mean, they've got to be verifiable. I mean, check them on QRZ, for example. If they don't appear, well, you know, I mean, it's like me using my old M7 call sign, which doesn't now appear on QRZ, so I can't pass as a Foundation. I'll continue the prize idea in a second. I'll take another pip. M0AOO returning. Yeah, offer a weekly prize to all the brand new Foundation people to try to encourage them to come on. And the way you do that is before you offer the prize, contact retailers and get them to donate a small prize. With people like Water and Stansons or Nevada or Radio World. So what's in it for them? I mean, what you then do is on every single extended freedom net, on every day of the week, you advertise that there's going to be a weekly prize. And of course, you just slip in that the weekly prize this week is going to be from, I don't know, Nevada. Okay, Nevada. Yeah, it's going to be free advertising on the greatest platform there is, ham radio. So, and then of course next week it could be Water and Stanton, it could be I don't know, Radio World, etc. And just have a weekly prize, and the retailers then get something for donating a small prize, and then maybe a big monthly prize. So all these Foundation call signs into a big hat, and get one of the retailers to offer, I don't know, one of those Boofang things, which I think a Foundation person would be really pleased to receive. It's just a thought, but it was the fact that you left. Okay, I'm not digging, but that poor old M7, you left him right. He was hanging on for 15 minutes. It's just a thought. Anyway, I'm a bit of pain at the moment, so I'm in a bad mood, and I'm taking it out on you, Bruce. Okay. 7-3, me old mate. WX0 WNN. No, not MX0 WNN from M0 ALL. Take care.
MX0 WNN return. Now, Alex, thinking too much can be dangerous for you. Now, I apologise to the M7 station. However, I didn't hear him check in. So I got him on the list of check-ins that ended when I'd finished with M7 BQC and Key. So therefore, he was top of that list, shall we say. But if he was hanging around earlier and I missed his call, then Simon, I do apologise most sincerely. Because yes, you are quite right. I do like your idea there, Alex, that M7s should go to the top of the list, or equivalent to M7s. Newly licensed stations should get a free pass to the top, shall we say. Now, obviously, because we don't do check-ins for the entire net right at the start, and obviously when we sort of get to the bottom of a section and we call for more check-ins, if there's two older calls, let's call it, and one brand new call, then obviously we're going to bump the brand new call to the top. I quite like that idea, Alex. Yeah, as for the prize one, interesting idea, I'm just trying to think of the logistics of how to coordinate it all, if that makes sense. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just trying to work out how on earth we would, it would need a little bit of coordination and a bit of, be interested to see how the various retailers would respond to it, and would they step up to the plate? There's an interesting one. But also, the other thing, because we get people from around the world, could we get any retailers from, say, across the pond, for example, so that it wasn't just simply limited to one particular sort of niche area? Okay. Back to you, Alex, and apologies, I didn't hear. The first time I heard him was on the third round of check-ins as such. M0AWL from MX0WNN.
M0AWL returning. The logistics of it, I've absolutely no idea. I'll leave it to highly intelligent. Trying to keep a straight face here. I can't even say, highly intelligent people like you, Bruce. Or Graham. He's really intelligent. Loads of people, far smarter than me. Does it work? Yes, it does work. Freestar. Do I need to spit on the floor? They did it. In fact, they still do it occasionally, and they get good ratings. So it does work. As for how you do it abroad, well, a lot of these companies are international, and we do have a thing called the post office. £4.50 postage to Las Vegas or something. Put your thinking caps on. It's just a thought. I know that Freestar has done it in the past. I haven't listened to them now for probably a couple of years or 18 months. But they did it quite successfully, and then they announced the winner at the end of the week or the month. I can't remember how they did it. It was just a thought. That was all. But I really do think that if you get someone coming on and saying M7PBC whatever, okay, bang on the top of the list straight away. Okay, make him suffer. Sorry, Bruce. I did warn you. I'm not in the best of moods today. Don't worry. I think the sun's shining tomorrow. So I'll jump on the beast, or one of the beasts. Anyway, actually, I think I'll take the really big one out tomorrow. I mentioned the cocodamol scale. That's 1 cocodamol to 10 cocodamols. And I think I'm on level 8 cocodamols too. Isn't life worth living? 7-3, take care. Back to you, Bruce. MX0WNN from M0ALL.
M0ALL from MX0WNN. Well, while you were talking, I have worked out a way that we can encourage people to give prizes and distribute the prizes. You and the gang, I'm going to send the heavies round. You can have a free whiz round to all the various emporiums, and you can use your tact, diplomacy, charm, or other means on the beast and persuade them. You can be the persuader there, Alex, as to them parting with freebies, shall we say. And then we're going to send you the postie. You can be the resident post boy. You're Postman Pat, and that's how we're going to distribute them. But no, I'll put thinking cap on. As I say, I apologise to M7TSS. I genuinely didn't hear you. If you tried to check in on a previous round, my apologies. There's nothing meant by it. And yeah, we will give M7s a 3-hole pass, as they say. Right, no problem. Okay, Alex, I feel suitably chastised at this point, and I shall crawl back into my corner of Radioland. Right, okay, that does put us at the bottom of the list. Well, Alex, yeah, you're 8 on the Cocodamol scale. Hopefully tomorrow is a mere 0 or a 1 day. Right, we are bottom of the list. So, people, you know what to do. If you want to call in for this next round of check-ins, please come slowly, phonetically, and twice with your name, call sign, and location. This is MX0WN, eagerly waiting for your check-ins.
Roger, 2 Echo 0 Bravo Yankee Victor. Must put you in Antigua area on holiday, but using Echolink via the
Okay, I got 2 Echo 0 Bravo Yankee question mark. Apologies, I didn't get the last character, but go ahead, please.
Yes, 2 Echo 0 Bravo Yankee Victor. Currently on holiday in Gran Canaria using Echolink via an app. Just sort of joining the net tonight. Just enjoying ourselves down here, me and the wife. Currently it's about 32 degrees down here in the Gran Canaria in the Canary Islands. So just enjoying ourselves down here and travel home back to the UK, back to South Shields and Newcastle on Monday. And just thought I've been listening in the net. So hello to everyone, and hope you all have a great evening. Back to you, 2 Echo 0 Bravo Yankee Victor.
Two Echo 0 Bravo Yankee Victor from MX0WNN. Roger, no problem at all. Got you there and having fun in Gran Canaria in 32 degrees. Wow, I think it was about 5 here today. So, yeah, you've definitely made the right choice. I'm not a million miles from your normal home QTH. I'm near Hexham. So, yeah, you've made the wise move to go down there for a bit. I don't know what the weather forecast is like for Monday. I'm hoping it gets better for you, so it doesn't feel like too much of a chill when you come back. So, yeah, no, you're sounding good and your Echolink's working, no problem whatsoever. And, yeah, go on. Anything you wish to discuss with us tonight, the mic is yours. 2E0BYV from MX0WNN.
Hi there, 2 Echo 0 Bravo Victor. No, there's nothing this evening really, just wanted to pop in and say hi and just say, you know, it's nice to get away from the real world and enjoy the hot weather down here at the moment. I don't think there's much activity down here as far as regards to a radio, so it's possibly one area we may need to target. I haven't seen much activity down here, and there's a lot going on down here, so if you know anyone down here, it'd be great to get some of our Spanish friends in onto the hobby and get them to join in. I just want to say hello and hope everyone's you know, well and having a great evening. Didn't want to put in any topic in particular, but yeah, we're just going to enjoy the rest of our night. We are on the same time zone as the UK, so 20 to 9 as it is in the UK. So yeah, we're just going out and enjoy our evening and, you know, have a little bit of wine and chill down. Back to you. Thank you very much for letting me join the net tonight, and I'll keep listening to Echo 0 Bravo Yankee Victor.
To Echo 0 Bravo Yankee Victor from MX0WN. Yeah, no problem at all. Well, as I say, if you can find the amateurs there, now I have to admit, I have worked some Spanish stations out there in the Canary Islands before. So there must be somewhere, but I don't know where, if that makes sense. So keep your eyes peeled for those antennas up in the air. You never know. And hey, by all means, if you find some, go for it. Yeah, all copied on the same time zone. That's always handy. You don't get the jet lag when you come back. And I have to admit, go and enjoy yourself. Have a nice glass or two of wine or whatever is your tipple of choice, and enjoy that 32 degrees of heat there, Roger. So make the most of it. Right, okay. I'll wish you 7-3, and pleasure to have you on again. I believe we worked before. And hey, when you get back, check in again, and we'll be here every Wednesday night. That's the plan, amongst other nights as well. Okay, no problem. I'll say 7-3 to you. That does put us at the bottom of the list. So is there anybody else that would like to join in? If so, please come now.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Bravo 6, Delta Hotel Romeo, Mike, Kelso, Washington.
Okay, net recognizes Kilo Bravo 6, Delta Hotel Romeo. Mike out there in Kelso, Washington. Good afternoon, I believe it is. Yeah, just, if my memory is correct. Good afternoon to you there, Mike. Hope all is well with you. Yeah, this is the Wednesday night net, but I suppose for you it's the Wednesday afternoon net. And yeah, we are effectively your trip to the on-air amateur radio club is how we describe it. We started this back in lockdown when we couldn't go to the radio club, and it kind of snowballed, and we kept it going. And our idea was we try and talk about amateur radio topics, but we don't have to. It's basically as if you were going to the radio club and you were having a chat with your friends. So that's what it's all about. My personal call is Mike 0 Uniform Kilo Bravo, and my name is Bruce. But on the net, we use the club call of MX0 Whiskey November November. So that's a bit about us, Mike. Back over to you. KB6DHR from MX0 WNN.
Well, not much going on over here. In November, I upgraded to general class, and I'm waiting for a little bit of warmer weather so I can get up on the roof and try to mount up my G5 RV so I can use all the other frequencies that are in my FT450, of course. Other than that, it's 40.6 degrees today, sunny. But for some reason, it just seems colder this year. I don't know why than in previous years, even when it snows. We're supposed to get some rain on Friday, and then the rest of the week, some frozen mix. Last year, the year before last, we had over 100 inches of rain. Last year, we ended up with about 55 inches of rain. And so far, we haven't had any snow at all. Kind of interesting. But other than that, that about covers it over here. Just have to deal with the wife and the kiddies, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
To Echo 0, Bravo Alpha Yankee, checking access to HubNet. 30.
Okay, MX0 WNN returning. Right, there was a 2E0 station. 2E0 station. Quickly go ahead with the call. Didn't quite catch it all. Okay, I'll come back to the 2E0 station in a second. KB6DHR. Mike, no problem at all. Well, yeah, you contend with the wife and the kiddies. I know what you mean. I've got two kids and one wife. But yeah, no, they're very, very nice and very forgiving of my hobby, shall we say. Yeah, I know what you mean with the weather. It seems to be all over the shop. Can't quite make its mind up, as we say over here. We've had all sorts of weird weather in the UK. Lots of storms at the moment. But every week seems to bring a new storm with it, which is most unusual. We don't tend to get that many. I'm not sure, but yeah, we can postulate about that forever and a day. Right, no problem. It's a pleasure you've been on, Mike. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I'll put it back over to you for a quick final, and then we'll try and catch that other station. So KB6DHR, over to you from MX0WNN.
Yeah, I just happened to find you guys on Netscraper and figured I'd jump in there and say hello. Looking at the list, it seems like the majority of everybody is over across the pond, which is kind of interesting. But other than that, thanks for letting me jump in there, and we'll try to jump in there again next week. 73 to everybody. This is Kilo Bravo 6 Delta Hotel Romeo. Mike over here in Kelso, Washington, and we'll be standing by and listening.
MX0 WNN returning. Hey, Mike. Anybody is welcome to connect wherever. We have people from all over the world connect. So we did start in the UK, but it is not a it is not a geographically biased net. Let's call it that way. You can check in from wherever you wish to be, if that makes sense. So no problem whatsoever. We do genuinely encourage people from all over. We start 7:30 p.m. UK time. So obviously, as I say, translate that to whatever that works out where you are, if that makes sense. But yeah, by all means, feel free, come along. Every week we're here, and enjoy yourself. No problem at all, and thanks for finding us. Do appreciate it. Right, there was a 2E0 station. The 2E0 station, please come. This is MX0 WNN.
Yeah, why do we have access?
Yeah, station testing access. Didn't quite catch the whole call, but go ahead. Give us the call a couple of times. We'd love to get you in the log, sir. Okay, nothing heard. Right. Is there anybody else that would like to check into the net? If so, please come now. Okay, last call, folks. This is MX0 WNN. Any final check-ins, please? Okay, this is MX0 WNN then. Well, I would like to say thank you to everybody that has checked in, taken part in the net tonight, keyed up, listened, and also to those people that have connected their infrastructure, networks, hubs, gateways, repeaters, etc. There are many, many, many out there, but we shall list a few. Permanently connected to us 24/7 is obviously the International Radio Network. Thank you to Uncle Bob, Graham, Doug, Ralph, Dave, Gareth, Helen, and everybody out there that takes part in that. There is a long list, and apologies if I missed anybody off. Also, TV Scotland Phoenix, thank you to you guys. The North Wales Digital Radio Network, the Yorkshire Net, Fireside, the Ansel Network, the Worldwide Amateur Radio Network, to name but a few. Apologies if I've missed anybody off. I'm just doing this off the top of my head. Thank you to everybody for taking part. Do appreciate it. It's been lovely. We will be here again next week. As I said, 7:30 p.m. UK time. And as suggested by Alex, or new licensed stations, you get to jump the queue whenever you check in. How does that sound? Okay, at this point, I shall hang up the club call sign of MX0WNN, and I shall resume my personal call of Mike 0, Uniform Kilo Bravo. So thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of the week. Enjoy playing amateur radio. Stay in town with your families, or whatever it is you're doing, even if you might be at work. Take care. 7-3. This has been M0 UKB, returning everything back to normal amateur radio use. Take care, folks. Goodbye. M7.